Hello, I'm Bonnie Harkin, founder of Crossroads Programs for Women. Today I would like to tell you about a program that we offer here. It's called Dancing in a Minefield, and it's about raising teenagers. Those of us who have raised our children through those teenage years can tell you that that's a pretty apt title. Our facilitator is Lynn Oliver, a master-level social worker and mother of 8 grown children. We believe that she's well qualified to talk to you on this subject. So let me introduce you to Lynn. Lynn, welcome to Crossroads. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Bonnie. I'm really glad to be here. No one gave me a rule book or even a map with teens, and I did find it was like being in a minefield. Sometimes I threw the grenades and blew up, and sometimes they just threw the grenades and blew up, and I didn't know for sure from moment to moment sometimes what was going to set them off and how we were going to have peace in our home. I'm not perfect, and they're not perfect. But through it, I always told them, we're in this together, we're going to get through it together.
Lynn, what will the day be like for the women who attend?
First of all, I hope that we have fun, we learn some things, it's going to be high energy, wear comfortable clothes, we're going to learn how to fill our own love tanks, our own emotional tanks, so that we have something to share with our teenagers. I mean, so many of us come into parenting with like suitcases full of guilt and just bulging with behaviors that are not good, not healthy. If we can't have full emotional love tanks, how in the world are we going to fill those teenagers' love tanks when that's what they really need, when that's what research shows keeps them on the right path? One of the main things is how to show unconditional love to your teenager, how to help him grow spiritually and intellectually, some tips on how to manage your own anger and kind of diffuse their anger. But in parenting, there's some ups, like speak up for your teen and stand up for your teen and show up. Showing up. I met a psychologist years ago that used to say, showing up is the most important part of being a parent. I think most parents try to do the best they can with what they have, and some of us come into parenting with not a whole lot, and we have to develop some new techniques and get some new tools to use with our kids. And we don't know how to fill our own emotional tank, our own love tank, so that we can help our teenager. And so we're going to learn how to fill our own love tank with some exercises and some activities.
Lynn, what about the single moms that come? That they have some special needs.
I've raised a couple. 2 of my daughters were single moms for quite a long time. One through divorce, one through choice, and her choice, I guess. And it was difficult watching them go through a lot of the challenges they had, the fears they had, the disconnect they had. Our society's set up with couples. Even church is set up with couples, and it was difficult for them. But I think a single mom, if she's a woman of faith, has God as her partner. But one of my children used to say, "That's good, Mom, but I need somebody with skin on too." So it's always good if you can have a real positive male influence in your child's life, whether it's your husband, your dad. That's how my girls use their dad, Grandpa. And there are marriages which is kind of like being a single mom in them too, because it's really not a 50-50 parenting role. So we can bring a little hope into our homes. We cannot control what goes on outside our home at all. but we can control pretty much what happens in our home. You know, Bonnie, there's a lot of things that teenagers are afraid of, and the number one thing, believe it or not, they just did a study, Harvard University just did a study, the number one thing that teenagers are afraid of in our world is terrorism. And they're afraid of dying in a foreign place. They're afraid of losing their parent. There's many things that teenagers are afraid of. And if we can bring some peace and safety and fun into our homes, that gives them a safe place to be. So I hope that's what women will take away, what we can do in our little part of the world to control our home.
Thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you think that this program might be helpful to you, or any of the other programs that we have here at Crossroads Programs for Women, why don't you give us a call today? We'd like to help you in your journey. Thank you for watching.